And now, a scene from Terminator 2.
You're not here to kill me. I figured that out for myself. So what's the deal?
My mission is to protect you.
Yeah? Who sent you?
You did. 35 years from now, you reprogram me to be your protector here, in this time.
Oh, that's deep.
Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast covering every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
And I'm Chris.
And this week we are on to the second film in the Terminator franchise, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
It's here. This is the big one.
Now, Chris,
This is probably the whole reason we did this franchise.
you got to promise me you're not going to kill anyone, right?
Why should I not kill anybody?
Just put your hands up and swear I won't kill anyone.
What is swear?
All right, yeah, man. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. What a film.
Best action movie ever, in your opinion?
No.
Okay.
No. No. I mean,
Well,
we did.
I mean, that's not such a laughable question.
We did cover The Dark Knight.
Okay.
That's a pretty good
Oh,
action
no,
movie.
it's a very good action movie. I'm just saying.
Cliffhanger came out around this time.
Cliffhanger. Oh my God! You can't the goat of action movies. Who could forget Cliffhanger?
Face Off, right around the corner.
Oh my! Well, Face Off is amazing.
Face Off is.
Yeah, I mean that Nick Cage and the Travolta.
Travolta's incredible in that movie.
Really, they're both just hamming it up. Competition to see who can overact the most. Well, maybe we should, before we get to it, should we introduce our guest, or what do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
He's chomping
here.
at the bit to get in on this.
He wants to get in.
Our good friend Paul
He's
has graced us with his presence for T2.
He's come from the future. He's just formed. Here he is. Hi, Paul.
Hey guys. Thanks for the introduction.
I need your clothes.
And your motorcycle.
I'll start with you, Paul. What's your experience with the Terminator franchise, and specifically T2, as far as just your history?
Yeah, well, I guess I was talking to Luke about this before, and I was 10 years old when this came out, so I do remember. I was big into MTV at the time. There was a ton of promo on it, on MTV. I don't think I saw it in the theaters. I remember watching it with my dad. My dad was, not huge into movies, but into the big blockbuster stuff. And so I remember this being the biggest movie to come out, of the time, with the biggest star. And, I was jacked when I saw it, and it lived up. It lived up to the bill.
It's nice to have someone that's slightly older than myself.
Yeah, not that much older. But
No, it's just slightly. But I'm just telling you, most of the time, it is far lower, right? So it's nice to. So I was 7 when this came out, and so I didn't have that same exposure. So you're talking about the MTV? Did you see the Guns N' Roses video?
100%.
That apparently that was in constant rotation.
Absolutely.
GNR fan were you when you were growing up?
Yes, please.
Okay, yes. Use Your Illusion. One,
1, 2.
two.
Appetite for Destruction.
Even the Spaghetti Incident. Great album title. Luke, how about you? What's your so you were a wee lad when this.
Well, this was summer of 91, correct?
Yep.
So I was not yet born.
Oh my God.
Months away.
A twinkle in his daddy's eye.
Oh no.
Well, I was in utero.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Wow, that's yeah. Okay, so you're not yet born.
Not yet born. First time I saw this movie was probably sophomore year of college.
Okay.
Remember watching it with my roommates at our apartment house on Session Street in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, on the what we like to refer to as our big screen. I think it was like a 44-inch TV that we had up, and just this movie blew me away the first time I saw it. But it had been properly hyped up before.
Yeah. Household name.
Yeah, like we had talked about on the last episode, I had only experienced Arnold as the good guy. Yeah. So I was not blown away by the twist like, you're supposed to be having seen The Terminator first. So actually watching The Terminator last week was the big twist for me to see Arnold as the bad guy in that movie. So I known a ton about this movie before going and watching it the first time. Still love it. Watched it like 2.5 times this week. So I'm ready to get into this. I don't like James Cameron. I have said over and over again that this is kind of the exception to my James Cameron rule. Last week, seeing The Terminator, I got to make 2 exceptions at least.
Oh, he's coming around.
But yeah, this movie rips.
Yeah, so I did not see it in theaters. I honestly don't remember the exact first time it came into my world. You know, I probably eventually just saw the VHS at some point, and it was great. So I too also, I never knew Arnold as the bad guy. That was simply like something I heard, and then maybe later saw the first Terminator. Just filled with just iconic moments in cinema, and so many good scenes. It's just this is a great one. It was so nice to revisit it, and so even though I was too young when it actually came out, it was still ever present in the culture. And as I in the following years, for some reason I remember Enter Sandman Metallica thing having something to do with the car chase. I don't know if that's something I just dreamt of, but like when that semi goes over the bridge thing, and like something of James Hetfield going like "Boo." I don't know, because I don't believe that's in the video. But it's anyways. But yeah, it was ever present. Huge. I mean, gosh, this is where we all learned about the butt cut that we all wanted to have. We wanted to emulate that John Connor hair as a young boy in the 90s.
Did we want to do that?
Well, you were younger. We did. Like
not you. We.
Yeah. Yes. Like my hair wasn't that straight and thick, but I had like a friend that had like the perfect hair for that, and I was so jealous.
I'm convinced that they gave him that hairstyle, though it might have been the style at the time.
It was.
Specifically so that it hung over his face, so that whenever they had to use a stunt guy, they could hide the face a little bit more. We'll get into the stuntmen.
That's maybe
We'll get into
That's
it.
like
favorite parts.
that's like a Harrison Ford thing, right? In one of the reasons he wore the hat was in
Indiana Jones.
In Indiana Jones was so that when the stunt guy did his stuff, that
is that why?
Yeah, and then they wrote it into the third one, obviously, that he got the hat from the in the beginning he got the hat from the guy. But the reason for it from the get-go was for the stunt guy, so that they could hide the face.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it probably helps with Arnold too, wearing the glasses all the time.
Glasses.
Yeah.
If only, they could find a stunt guy that had the same hair. But again,
The guy looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme in that
does
picture.
look exactly like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
wavy hair. Oh my gosh. Well, definitely something that I think we should definitely do for socials is put out some of these
screen grabs that we got.
Yeah. And I mean, but that's interesting. I believe the way that films were presented back in the 90s, you couldn't tell that much. Is that true? Do we really think that's true? Because that's what I've heard. Like, oh, well, now we can see that these guys are so certain shots for the audience, what we're talking about, certain shots specifically in the motorcycle truck chase scene, you can clearly see that there's a stunt double. It is not Arnold. It is not John Connor. That's very clear when you watch it now in the streaming services. I have heard that when you watched it in the theaters back in the day, it wasn't as noticeable.
100%. And when you consumed it on your VHS from Blockbuster, rewinding and going back wasn't. I mean, you could, but rewinding was a pain in the ass, right? Yeah. Be kind, rewind. I mean,
sure.
And it'd remind you to do it at the end of your movie. So when you saw things, if you picked something out like, oh, we should go back, it wasn't like
much
you
harder.
Now. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so clear to see. I will say that the first time that I rewatched this, it was more of like did I actually see that? And then when you watch it again, when you're looking for it, then it's super obvious. Yeah. But yeah,
Then you can't unsee it.
oh no, now I specifically watch the movie to look for when I can see the stuntman.
Yeah. I noticed it in the scene. For me, the biggest one is when Arnold on the bike cuts in front of the truck.
Yep.
100%.
Grabs John off the bike, and you can see it is not John. It is a man that is in his 40s.
Yeah, it's a 45-year-old man with the same haircut.
With a wig.
Oh, yeah, with a wig. But, yeah, so apparently Edward Furlong, specifically for those scenes, is not actually driving the dirt bike. He is being pulled by another thing in front of him. So that's why a lot of the shots are, when he's seemingly driving, are head on looking at him.
Okay.
I mean, he was 13 years old when he was doing this. I don't know if you can ensure a 13-year-old actually driving a dirt bike on a big budget film. So yeah, he's getting pulled. He's not actually doing any of the driving. And he actually was getting pulled. They had to pull him at a decent enough pace because Robert Patrick apparently is super fast and would catch up to him every single time. So they had to keep progressively pulling him faster and faster because Patrick just kept catching him.
Took his sprinting very seriously.
Super serious. He got in crazy shape for this. Did some breathing exercises so that he could run without looking like he was winded at all.
Wow.
And not the only one to get into mad shape for this.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton, months. And I guess this was part of the promo. Leading up, people would talk about the fact that she had, done 3 months and months of training and transformation and learned new jujitsu and things like that.
Apparently, how to pick a lock with a paperclip.
Yeah,
apparently, that's real deal stuff.
She did that for real, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Well, I mean, she was locked in a cell doing chin-ups, basically doing the Batman workout when he's in the hole.
Yeah. Lots of nice home exercises on the franchise.
Getting licked on the face every single night.
Oh, God.
Mary couldn't even watch that. She hides
it.
her face when that part comes up. It is particularly disgusting.
I forgot about it, but I will say that, it's clear that they need that scene for one reason, right? You need that scene so when she does break out and beats the shit out of that
You're
guy,
like, hell yeah.
It's not oh.
Yeah, it's not extra at all. She gives him exactly what he deserves.
If he was just an orderly that was all right, are you okay? And they just walked away, and then she just beats the shit out of him, you'd be like, oh, Linda, maybe she is a little...
How many times do you think that James Cameron was the stand-in for that guy doing the licking?
Oh, so many, because that was his wife at the time?
Not yet.
They started an affair during the movie.
He does that.
He was breaking up with Bigelow.
Damn, James.
During the shooting of this movie, was cheating on her with Linda Hamilton, and then they didn't get married until Titanic. Around the Titanic time, they were only together for 2 years because he found another actress on Titanic that he started having an affair with.
James.
I don't hate the game, don't hate the player.
Yeah, he's going deep.
He gets so invested into his movies, he just falls in love with the people that he brings on.
Yeah, wow. So, do we want to talk about the basic, the box office of it all and all that?
So, 91, T2, Judgment Day. This comes out 7 years after the first movie. The reason why it took so long, the studio was asking for a sequel to this for a decent amount of time, but the reason why it took so long is Cameron had a vision in his head of what he wanted to do, specifically the CGI to do the liquid metal. This was an idea he had for the first movie. The technology wasn't quite there, so he had to do some adjustment on it. He does The Abyss. The CGI that he wanted to do for that movie works out well enough that he's like, I think we can do my vision for T2 now. They give him $12 million to begin with. And Little Jim is like, all right, we can kind of do it. And then he turns into Big Jim.
Yeah.
And this becomes the most expensive movie that at the time that it was ever made. $102 million. And just keeps asking for more and more money. I forget the name of the group, the CGI department that he hired to do this, but they had 6 employees when they first started, and he hired them. They ended this movie with 36 employees for all the work that they had to do on the computer graphics side. This movie, beat the total box office for the first movie in 4 days. So it ended up grossing worldwide $517 million. It, at the time, was the largest outside of the U.S. box office that an American-made movie had ever pulled in. This movie was an absolute monster. It is still one of the largest grossing R-rated movies ever made.
Yeah, it was huge. It was nothing had been seen like this before. The special effects were another marketing item to talk about that.
Well,
and
not just a marketing item, Academy Award winning.
Oh.
So this is one of the few movies where the original movie, not nominated for any Oscars, the follow-up nominated for 5 Oscars, nominee for Best Cinematography and Editing, then winner for Best Sound, Best Effects, and Best Sound Effects and Best Visual Effects. So this movie, along with Mad Max Fury Road. So none of the Mad Maxes were nominated for any Oscars. Then Fury Road comes in and wins a bunch of below-the-line stuff. Very similar for this movie. First Terminator comes out. People love it. Not given any awards. Not recognized by the Academy. Second one comes out and they're like, oh, maybe we should recognize the fact that this is like a monumental action movie.
And I think that this does, speaking of Mad Max, this movie does what we've seen done with Mad Max, and you brought up with Evil Dead,
Yep.
Which is, there's a lower budget version of the movie that starts off, that comes first, does well enough, but is, on a very shoestring budget, and then essentially they're like, okay, we got money, and they kind of sort of make the same movie again with a lot more money.
I would agree with that. 100%.
Like, because is it different? Sure. Like, yeah, we've got there's a kid as opposed to Linda. Oh, Arnold's good as opposed to bad. But like, is it really like 2 guys coming from the future? 2 of them are fighting for somebody. Like, it's kind of the exact same beats.
There's a lot of parallels between the two.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the same film, but it is the parallels are there throughout the whole film.
Well, they even they tossed around the idea of getting Michael Biehn back to be the T-1000.
That would have
First
been
choice.
epic.
And they were like, it is going to confuse people way too much to have them completely flip roles in this, because they were still going to do Arnold's the good guy, but then they're going to be like, well, Biehn is now the bad guy, and they're like, people aren't going to understand that, so just figure something else out. But yeah, they were going full like remake.
Once again, Bean
cut out again. There's a reason why this guy turned to drugs and alcohol during the 90s.
T-1000.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I can see why they didn't do that. I think that would have been fucking fantastic.
It would have been really cool.
Really cool. But for the masses,
Robert Patrick is pretty great in this movie.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's great. I heard that the other casting ideas is they wanted to have Billy Idol.
Yeah, and then he got in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah. So, what could have been? But no, Robert Patrick does a great job. So how many of these people were kind of unknowns going into T2? I mean, obviously Arnold not, Linda Hamilton was not unknown, but Robert Patrick was. This was his breakthrough. And then also we have an introducing of another actor.
The great Edward Furlong, who went on to have a humongous career, as we all know, child actor, really ended up working out. You've all seen him in the countless movies that he's made since this. Yes. Oh, wait. Nope. Didn't work out at all. Your classic childhood actor story that eventually happens. No one can see him other than as a kid. He has one other impactful performance in American History X, and then he is no longer seen by the world. He also got caught up in drugs and alcohol. Recently sober, so congrats, Robert, on that. But yeah, he got typecasted, and kind of stuck with that and couldn't shake it for the rest of his career.
If you want to see a wild movie with Edward Furlong overacting, check out 1994's Brain Scan. I don't know, it's ridiculous.
Didn't quite get to that one.
No, it's there's like a leprechaun that comes through comes through like video games and causes. It's insane. Just shout out to if you want to watch something that's insanely probably really bad but good in a bad way. Brain Scan.
Well, and I hate to say this because obviously he was unknown. If I'm not mistaken, got plucked right off the streets, right, for this role.
Didn't have a dad. Very much like his character in the movie. Came
So
from a troubled home.
I'm not, you feel bad saying this, but by far the weakest performance, in my opinion, of any of the actors in there.
Yes.
I mean, wildly inconsistent. There were some parts that were genuinely good, and then some parts that were just kind of cringy.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible in this movie. I'll just come out and say that.
Yeah, he has moments.
They also didn't do. So what happened was they got him at 13 years old. He's supposed to be playing a 10-year-old. When they first cast him, he's got the voice of a younger kid. Everything's good. He hasn't fully grown into his adolescent body yet. As they're filming, puberty hits. His voice starts cracking. He's getting taller.
Yeah.
They end up having to ADR almost every single one of his lines so that his voice matches all the way through. So you can see, if you're looking for it, like his lips and mouth moving don't match quite what he's saying.
I noticed that the
So
second time.
it makes a lot of his lines seem even hokier because they're not quite
Insane.
matching up. And like, I'm pretty sure like when he's doing the ADR, he's like, boosting up the plucky, snobby kid even more.
Yeah.
And it just, it sucks.
He hits some of the lines way too hard. And
Yeah.
it's
Apparently 75% of this movie is ADR. Because the guys that were doing all of the effects and stuff like that were like, it was so loud on set that there was no way we were going to get the dialogue in. So a lot of this movie is post-production on the audio.
And if knowing that when you watch it the next time, you can feel that. You get that sense.
So like Arnold, when he shoots the shotgun, that's not a noise of a shotgun. Those are two cannons that are going off.
really
In a canyon.
Yeah.
really.
So they basically, and I'll keep saying this over and over again, this is the ultimate action movie where none of what you're seeing on the screen is real at all. It is, they shot it to look as cool as possible. Then they're taking all of the noise out basically from the actual set and the shooting and all that, and just picking the craziest, loudest, coolest noises that they can add to anything.
That is cool. A lot of the effects are practical. There is only about, I think, 16 minutes at the end of CGI in this movie. So the rest of it, pretty practical. But none of the noises are real. Sound editing.
Yeah.
I think what the guy called it hyper realistic. I think is what I can't remember the sound guys. He won the Oscar though. I think.
Yes. Yep. That was
Gary something maybe.
Gary the sound guy.
Gary Rydstrom.
There you go.
Oh, nice pull. All right, yeah, no, it's awesome. I and I think a lot of the practical effects are great. The practical effects of when T-1000 gets shot and you see the little foil doilies.
Yes, very cool.
Coolish.
I think
sometimes cool.
I still think it looks great.
It looks interesting. There was times where I'm like, it looks like a little foil clam on his breast, but
a foil. I think it's amazing, and I love the detail that
it's cool.
that a shotgun slug leaves the big one. You get smaller. I mean, I think it's just. I think it holds up.
Most of the time when they show the stuff like that, it looks really cool. Certain times, like when they meet initially in the hallway, amazing scene, of course,
super
iconic.
Cool scene.
Yes, you could notice, and again, maybe this is more of the 1080p. You can really just see like, oh yeah, that looks like something's attached to his, clothing. But
foil doily.
A foil doily. It just kind of looks like, okay, like where's the hole? Like there's not even a hole. It's just like a little, like he's wearing a little lapel of a foil rose.
He's all metal, so it shouldn't go through him at all. It should just basically compress and push everything else out.
Is that how that would work? I thought. I mean, I would.
Have you ever shot a metal thing before?
All the time. I mean, I was doing that before I came here. I get up, I shoot metal things.
Yeah, when you rolled out of your car.
When
that
I rolled out of my
you
car.
live in front of my house.
Yeah, no, I leave the McDonald's, right? I go to a little shooting range.
Halfway through his script that he's writing.
Yeah, that's oh my god, I'm working on some great stuff. Gladiator 3 is it's gonna be great. So yeah, but overall, I think the special effects hold up as much as like they're still cool. It's I mean, when we see some of the T1000 stuff, we can be like, okay, yeah, that's older looking computer generated stuff, but still works, still cool. But again, like, also, how much of this do we have in our minds? Like, I'm curious, like, if I should show this to my son, right?
Yes.
Someone that is never seen, doesn't have that backstory. There's no coolness, and just be like, watch this movie. What do you think? I'd be interested to see if they're like, oh, that looks hokey.
I watched it with Eleanor, my 11-year-old.
What'd she think?
She stayed through the whole thing, and she was not crying at the end when he's being lowered,
Oh yeah.
But she was like mad that she was feeling it. So for her to stay all the way through a movie, and especially a movie like this, and to be emotionally connected to a cyborg, a cyber, whatever the fuck.
Cyberdyne.
There you go.
Whatever.
I would say,
Model 100.
again, holds up.
I think this movie is one of those movies, because there's a lot of action movies from this period. I think this is the easiest one to translate into watching right now.
Yeah.
I think you'd lose the least amount of attention when someone younger is checking this movie out.
And the machines, they are rising.
They're always rising.
Yeah, so
They're inevitable.
They are inevitable, and it's just a matter of time before big robot arms will become sentient, and the choppers or the planes will become unmanned, and that's it.
A nuclear bomb will wipe out 300 million people.
Yeah, what do you think about that scene?
It's terrifying.
It's really
Absolutely terrifying.
The thermonuclear.
Who did it better, Oppenheimer or T2?
Honestly, that's the cool thing is like it's obviously Oppenheimer's a recent movie, and it's you got all the all the money in the world, and it's great, but like this one is pretty damn good for 91. I heard that someone say it's the most realistic depiction.
Based on what the information they had at the time, yeah, that's.
Does it change? You think?
I don't know that it's changed or not, but that's what I heard as well. And
now the wax mannequin looking people starting on fire and melting look terrible.
Yeah, that's of course not Linda Hamilton, but the twin Leslie, right?
Yeah, Leslie.
That's her twin. Yeah.
That's her twin, and she's like melting on the on the.
She's
playground
also in the scene at the end where the T1000 has switched into so that's her sister is her double on that.
Oh, when they're both yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I had heard that, but forgot. That's
not the only twins in the movie. The guard that's so happy that he hit the full house on his cup when T1000 comes up behind him. They're twins as well.
Wow.
I think I've seen them both together in a movie.
They always work together apparently.
I like in that scene where that the guard asks the front desk lady if she wants a coffee, and she goes, "How about a beer?" And he just is like, "Fuck off."
That's funny. I mean, that would make sense because of now I think with the way that the CG is today, it's easier to get just two people that are exactly. I mean, we've got, of course, famously Michael Fassbender in Covenant.
Oh, sharing the same screen, baby.
Yes, you have symphonies in you. I'll do the fingering. One of the most iconic lines from the Alien franchise.
You play that flute. Oh, get that in your mouth, boy.
I'll do the fingering.
I forgot about that part.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, yes, brother. Light, like a cigarette paper.
Then they kiss.
Man. By the way, I mean, they're supposedly now. Are they gonna make a sequel to Covenant now?
They might.
I would love it.
Ridley Scott.
We'll also have to be covering Alien Earth in summer of 2025.
So that's a good segue, Chris, into... we covered Aliens on this.
Yeah.
The big action tentpole of that franchise. T2 now, the big James Cameron action. This is the big one in the Terminator franchise. What is a better movie, T2 or Aliens?
Well, so I would say T2 for me.
For you, Paul?
I would agree. I mean, and I'm an Aliens fan.
You are. He's a big Aliens
big
guy.
time. But this start to finish is just it hits all the right notes. And like I said, I'll have a few things in the fourth act that I'm going to complain about, but it is it.
Yeah, it's a great one. For a while, I didn't know that James Cameron made Terminator, the first one, back in my limited knowledge, and I was like, this guy, he comes in, he makes the second movies, and they're all like really crazy action movies. What is with this guy? He just does the second.
And fucks the star.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
That's bad. This guy just goes, makes it his own. He pisses all over the place. This is mine now. Wow. Yeah. So. Yeah.
See, and I've always just known him as the asshole that made Titanic,
I mean, yeah, very.
which
different.
I hate. I hate Titanic.
That's un-American of you. I don't.
Oh,
You're not
it's
allowed.
so bloated and terrible, and 9.5 hours long.
Paints her.
He does at some point during the 4 hours of running time.
Yeah, man. I saw that shit in the theaters twice.
I cried.
I
in the
liked
theaters.
the Celine Dion song. I was in 7th grade. It was a beautiful story of unrealistic in all ways love, but my young brain was like, that's it. That's what it is. We would die in the freezing ocean together. Oh, Billy Zane is such an asshole.
Billy Zane is so bad in that movie.
And that door was big enough for more than one person.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to just get the fuck out of here, Leo. I'm the important one here. I have status. But you do. But then, oh my God, Bill Paxton, Brock Lovett. He loves wet treasure.
Well, speaking of Bill Paxton, he's not in T2. What are you doing, Cameron?
What the fuck? Yeah,
Bring him back.
it's one of the blind spots for the Paxton Cameron duo.
But we do have another person from Aliens in it.
Of course.
The foster mom. If
Is
you
that?
recognize her?
Is that?
Vasquez.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
100%.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, good call.
And I remember hearing that, but this whole time rewatching it, I forgot because obviously different vibe.
Very
Way
different vibe.
But she's in it for a short time.
What's
but
her name in this? Like Jolene?
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, what the fuck, Jolene? You're not my mom.
I'm 10 years old riding away on a dirt bike. Hey,
You're not my mom.
you got that boombox that just plays You Could Be Mine over and over again?
She's not my mom, Todd, or whatever. I can't forget his name.
I think it's
No,
Todd.
it is definitely a Todd. They make him very unlikable and always smoking cigs.
Her name's Janelle.
Janelle.
You're not my mom, Janelle.
She's in a good mood. That's so weird.
Your foster parents are dead.
The redhead kid that he's got on the back of the bike with the mullet. Oh,
Yeah, he was in
you want to talk about a real hairstyle? That dude was flowing.
He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's my pull for where else that kid's from.
Yeah, I can't pull any other ones, but I know I've seen him a lot. And speaking of that, that was probably the hairstyle I had too. Was
Really?
The
You had the
mullet.
mullet?
I had the mullet, and then I had like little shelves shaved in
Holy
the side.
shit,
as
do you have
well.
pictures?
I absolutely have pictures.
Oh!
I also had a dirt bike. I had a Kawasaki KX80 when I was about 10 years old as well that I would ride around. That was the one that he has, and this is a Honda. I know that because
Holy
it's an
shit.
XR.
Yeah, but it's a 4-stroke engine that they dubbed over to be a 2-stroke to make it sound slower.
Fair enough.
So just really, really messing with your expectations in this movie when it comes to scene and then the sound the thing produces.
Wow. So you were like John Connor, Paul.
I was 10 years old when
Yeah.
this movie came out. I had the Kawasaki KX80.
listening to GNR.
Listen to GNR, but I had the Friends haircut.
Were you robbing ATMs?
Yeah, did you have that awesome little card that somehow...
I did not. I did not have that.
300.
I did look that up, though, to see what $300 was in today's dollars, and it was $639.
Wow.
Easy money.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also, did ATMs back in the day give out $300? I don't know.
Probably not. And
I
you know
wonder
what's
what
funny?
what is the limit on
I feel like
ATM?
200
200 is
often,
the limit.
But
It's certainly not 639.
Yeah, and I believe they all have cameras in them now, so that you can go back and like see who's withdrawing money at what time.
And another, I mean, because we all grew up around here, so we used to call them time machines, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yes, I remember those days.
Which would be funny to call it a time machine in this movie.
That would be sweet.
Right?
That'd be a good call.
they'd be like, it's too confusing. Don't call it time machine. There's another time
gonna mess
machine.
with
No,
the
no,
audience.
time, Tyme,
Yeah.
time machine.
Get it? It's like the bubbler.
Exactly.
So, do you wanna get into a loose breakdown, or what do we want to do here?
Yeah,
How do we want to go about this?
I
Captain?
kind of want to talk about some of the comparisons between the first movie and this movie. So they start out very similar. We got the view of the future,
Yeah.
which looks still pretty terrible.
Not the best, but it is definitely, you can tell that there's more money.
Did you notice, like I said in the first one, that they're actually laser sounds instead of gun sounds this time?
I pointed that out to who I was watching it with, that I was like, yes, the first time gun sounds, now they got the budget for laser sounds. So it's like in 84, they're like, we can show you lasers. I can't get laser sound effects, though.
No way.
Yeah, we're just going to have to.
We can get a guy going crazy on a synthesizer, but we can't get you laser sounds.
Yeah, we can't. His Casio doesn't have that capability. It's too filled with epic hits.
That scene when he's tossing the pipe bombs out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's the best.
So good. So good.
Bam, 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 bam. So no lasers, but we got laser sound effects. We get a little more. The camera doesn't have to be so close on in 84. Michael Biehn crawling in the skulls.
No, they can pull back a little bit more. Apparently, Cameron ordered like a certain number of skulls to get made by the production designer guy, and it was really hard to like get them to smash correctly, like underneath the weight of the object. Or I believe it's just a Terminator skeleton guy that smashes the skull.
Which moves normally now.
It does move normally.
but go
it was
on, sorry.
it was a fully practically made moving robot.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
fully functioning.
As opposed to the stop motion you're talking about at the end of the
which-
first, which is amazing. But I mean, I love that shit.
It's fine. It's what they had to work with, and they're like, yeah, we'll make it have an injury to its leg. But yeah, now this is. But what were you? Was there something more about the skulls? I interrupted you.
No, it was just really hard to get them to crush correctly because, like, obviously you can't just go order 100 human skulls and then you have to make sure that the plaster that you're making them out of breaks in the same way that a skull would break, and it was a heavy ask by James Cameron, who, reading through a lot of what this movie was James Cameron asking the people that worked on this movie to do ridiculous things, usually the night before he was going to do it, and then, like, staying up all night to do it.
Like a shitty boss.
There's a famous story of them getting T2 greenlit, but not having the script written, and Cameron basically stays up for 4 straight nights to get the script written so that they could premiere it at Cannes, basically say that they had something written when the Cannes Festival came out. He hands it to the guy on the plane before they were going to announce it and give kind of the sneak preview of what the movie was going to be about, and then sleeps the rest of the time.
Wow.
So
James. What are you up to, James? Staying up for 4 days?
I'm writing an action movie that is a sequel to the first movie and putting no more backstory into the greater world that I created within the first movie.
Yeah, kind of just a rehash with some different character elements. But I mean, hey, it works.
He adds no more lore to this movie.
Yeah, so
The world doesn't get any bigger.
No, not at all. It's a good point.
If anything, he shrinks it down and is like, yeah, all that smart stuff that I had in the first one that makes it a little bit more interesting, let's just not worry about that. I got all the technology to make this a badass action movie.
we already know that dogs can sense Terminators. What other?
Yeah,
lore?
all he has, and it goes back to what I was saying at the start, there's just a ton of callbacks to the kind of stuff that they set up in the Terminator.
So like, really, the only big new thing is the is T-1000, as far as like what new creations come out of this, right?
Yep.
I mean, and then Kid John Connor, but
I was
that
gonna-
was already there.
I was going to say that the future scenes, to me, seem a lot like what Starship Troopers is making fun of in all the Starship Troopers, like action, them fighting the bug scenes.
Oh yeah.
And so that just, it takes those scenes, and I think I've consistently now in the last two said that those are like the worst scenes in the movie.
They're not the best.
Maybe it's just because I've seen Starship Troopers, which is supposed to be bad on purpose.
But I think what one thing that you're missing is that they show those scenes, and right away, even though they're not adding a lot to it, right away the quality of them is so much better than what it was in the first one.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You know that you're in for T1 but bigger and better, and that's what it was being sold, and so that showed me right away this is going to be it.
Yeah.
Still the same lightning that brings
them
them back.
But a nice sphere though that they come out of.
Very
now.
cool sphere. It cuts the corners off of the semis that right in front of the biker bar. The single most famous biker bar in the history of cinema. So this was a set that was created out of this bar that has a crazy backstory because while they were filming the scenes in the biker bar with Arnold, apparently the Rodney King beating took place in the police station right across the street.
Which is why that film
Or
was
not
so
the
good.
police station where the Rodney King beating in the road
highway?
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, James Cameron turned the camera around and was filming the Rodney King. No, that's it. That's not.
That's not what
that's
happened.
not true.
That's why I was wondering. I was like, wow, he's really getting good angles.
But yeah, that is a favorite story of Cameron's to talk about, is that occurred while they were shooting T2, the biker bar scene.
And, I don't think it's really ahead of its time, but having the police be the bad guy.
Yeah, Paul was mentioning that too.
Agreed.
I pointed out that Arnold in the Terminator is dressed as a police officer for a good chunk of the movie.
When is he?
Or he's not dressed as a police officer, but he's driving a cop car around.
He drives a cop car.
Drives
yes.
a stolen cop car, but not dressed as a police officer.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, again, we're getting there, but this is much more effective because the guy literally, his go-to outfit is a cop, and he kind of acts like a cop.
He does, yeah, and he's using being a cop to get information out of people, especially when he's looking for John Connor at the start. And then
cop.
a scene that they also then make fun of in Wayne's World. So I pulled the clip from Wayne's World.
Oh, please.
Yes, officer, is there something wrong?
Have you seen this boy?
So good.
And which people have, so Robert Patrick, his career, does he get typecast as T-1000 or like a T-1000 like character? He, you'd think that this guy would have a pretty crazy career after, but from what I understand, kind of typecast as that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything really that big. You'll see him in stuff.
40 episodes of The X-Files.
Yeah.
That's what
That tracks.
Yeah, he was on The Sopranos. He had a role on Sopranos. He's True Blood. He's a lot of he works consistently.
The most recent thing I saw him in was Peacemaker, the John Cena DC series, where he plays an extreme white supremacist evil guy.
It plays it well.
Very well. Clan member.
He was in Copland. I don't know if
I love
Yeah, that's a
Copland.
good one. Yeah, he has. That's and again, he's always kind of put into that role, right? Like he's not really. There's not a whole lot of a range, but hey, you know what? That's okay. He's that's what he does. He's in Lost. He was in one episode of
He
Lost.
is. So Rebecca and I have actually just been rewatching Lost, so we're still within the first season, and he pops in for one episode. I believe he's someone's dad. I can't remember which character's dad, but in a flashback in Lost.
Yes, he is. He was in 93 episodes of the show we all know and love, Scorpion.
Nice. was he in the? Or I suppose they probably wouldn't have brought him back for the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Not to my knowledge, but I think he's in. Wait, I don't know. I don't think he's in Sarah Connor Chronicles. I have full disclosure, have not watched that
Neither
show.
have I. I don't think a lot of people did. It was
Yeah,
canceled after the second season.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
And there's
I didn't even know that was a thing.
there's an animated show that came out too. Whatever. Oh, he's in Die Hard too. That's interesting. So yeah, no, he's. I don't believe that he comes back for any of. I don't think we're gonna see him again in this Terminator franchise, unless we are gonna see T2 3D Battle Across Time, which is a video. I don't know what the hell that is. It is not a major release, but apparently he's involved in that too. So, yeah, let's
Yeah, so
keep
back
rolling.
to the parallels from the Terminator. So Arnold walks into the biker bar. He has to ask for somebody's clothes again.
Yeah, no one comments on the fact that he's naked. I feel like
Women are commenting on the fact that he's naked. When he walks in, every woman in that bar gives him the old looky-loo.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's audio too of one of them going, giving
Oh,
a,
yeah.
"Woo!" Yeah.
Because they all look down to the package.
Yeah.
And I was telling Paul that they must have, like, the people in the future were like, I mean, just give him a huge dick. Why
Yeah.
not?
yeah, that is manufactured.
Yeah.
They made that choice. Wow, yeah, it's more imposing that way.
Yep. And then he goes up to the first biker. Gotta ask him for his clothes.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
He did forget to say please.
They didn't quite give him the dressing down verbally that the punks do in the first movie, where they're just like, "What is it, laundry day, man?"
Yeah,
Bill Paxton.
punks really give it to him in a very realistic, convincing way.
And then pull the pencil knife, little switchblades on him.
Old tire face Bill
Well,
Paxton.
yeah. Instead of that, he gets the cigar put out on him.
Which is cool.
It's very cool, and apparently it was just like he had to hit him in the perfect spot because they did that one practical, and Arnold was wearing like a little piece of metal over a skin tape or whatever, so the guy had to hit it perfectly or else he would have burned Arnold.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then then Arnold throws him on the grill, which that's of all the so I hadn't seen the movie for a long time upon these rewatchings I recently did. There were certain things I remembered. I remember the guy getting thrown on the grill, like for whatever. Like I was like, yeah, like that's just like I don't know, like it's kind of random, but pretty good character.
It is a terrible spot to be thrown.
You don't want to, just insult to injury, literally. But just, wow, he's thrown on the goddamn grill.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the filmmaking and the editing between the scenes at the start of this movie. I was telling Chris, this movie just cooks. It just moves so fast. The pace is really perfect for the first, especially hour of this movie. And it is constantly cutting back in between. What this movie does really well is it basically gives you like 4 characters that you have to pay attention to. And that's it. You don't have to worry about really anything else. And the start of the movie, it's cutting perfectly back and forth. So it's going from Arnold. Okay, where's the second guy? We know there's going to be a second guy. You get a little bit of what Robert Patrick's doing. He finds the cop. He turns into him or whatever. Then you get, what Sarah Connor up to. She's in her insane asylum and doing that. Okay, where's John Connor? John Connor's doing, stealing from the ATM, riding the motorcycle, telling his foster parents to fuck off, and all that sort of stuff. And it just keeps on flowing so perfectly between all the different storylines until they all culminate in, well, Sarah Connor's not there, but they culminate in the motorcycle chase scene. And then it all just converges into this crazy epic chase scene.
That is, yeah, it is a very nice way to set that all up.
Well, and because we know the beats from the first movie of what needs to happen. There's the individual that the 2 people sent back in time have to go get. Now, immediately the T-1000 looks up the address for his foster parents, so he's headed directly for him.
Yeah.
We don't yet know what Arnold's doing yet because they wait for the reveal on that, but we know that he's the Terminator from the first one. He's headed that direction too. So they're going to meet, but they keep on slightly missing each other. You have the whole T-1000 is like asking people, have you seen this boy, over and over again to track down John Connor. And then they meet, obviously, first in the hallway and then into the motorcycle chase.
Yeah, and the big thing too that, and we're not really privy to this, but that so many people didn't know who the bad guy was.
Yeah, and you don't know until that hallway scene because they both come. Well, Arnold comes with the shotgun pulling out of the rose container.
Wonderful.
Roses fall at the feet.
Yeah,
Looks great.
Super cool.
And John Connor sees him. You would have to imagine that his mom had given a description of what the Terminator was like to him. So he knows immediately, oh shit, this is what my mom was talking about.
Yeah.
And he goes scurrying, falling over and all that stuff because he thinks, this is it. The Terminator's come for me. And then he gets the get down. And then Robert Patrick, T-1000, comes out. Boom, boom, boom. Starts shooting. And it's so cool. Because you're like, oh shit, Arnold's protector.
And the shotgun out of the roses, like that's iconic. As cliche as it is to use that word, I'm going to use it probably a few more times because it's fucking right there.
Yeah, it's a great
Slow-mo.
scene. And again, like you said, this is where you get to although there've been like little hints, kind of. I feel like as you rewatch it, you see. Arnold comes out of the biker bar, gets, Bad to the Bone playing. It's a little bit, you know what I mean? It's just, when Robert Patrick, when you get him, you get this kind of eerie, like, thump sort of sound. So you see it the second time around. There's little hints that maybe Arnold's not the bad guy. And then in some of the research that I was doing, I did see that the last promo for the movie, said something to the effect of "he's back for good."
Yeah,
and that could have been taken as
that was the one teaser, spoiler.
Right? As now that you look back and go, oh, they were giving you a hint that he was in. But this was the first scene where you see and you get the payoff that, oh my God, he is. Plus, you see the special effects of the bullets hitting the liquid metal or the.
Well, it does the great thing that all action movies have to do to kind of set you up for what's going to happen the rest of the movie from an action perspective. So you get the shotgun blast going into the T-1000 liquid metal. So you see what bullets do to the bad guy. They're going to knock him back. They're not going to kill him.
They're just going to slow him down.
Yeah. You then get the initial John Connor getting on the dirt bike, and you see how fast the T-1000 can chase after him and how this guy is just going to be in hot pursuit of this kid the entire way. He's an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
And then, you just absolutely blow the doors off of everyone with this initial chase scene where you're getting explosions, you're getting fast cuts, you're getting dudes jumping on bikes over these huge ravines. You put it in a super cool location in the drainage. Drainage.
Sorry, I had to.
In the LA River area, and your just breath is taken away by the start of this movie immediately. So
hard.
like all the rules that are gonna come up over and over again with the pursuit of the T-1000.
It does not let up. It creates this villain that really can't be beat.
I think I was trying to put this into context. I think the T-1000 is the most unstoppable, scary bad guy in any movie.
Yeah, he's definitely on the short list.
Well, you haven't watched T3 apparently.
Oh wow! No,
I agree. I agree with you. I'm trying to think of another one, but you're right.
Well, I think of Magneto in the X-Men movies is like crazy because you meet him, in the cell where everything's plastic because of how powerful this thing is, and then once he gets out, you get to see his full power and all that stuff. Thanos, another superhero, just absolute titan of power.
The Xenomorph.
Dude, the T-1000 would wreck the Xenomorph.
Probably, yeah, because it would just do like a arm knife.
Over and over and over again.
And they can't be killed, really.
Would the alien blood melt the liquid metal.
No.
No.
Maybe not, but yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't render it incapable of reforming.
But so yeah, I was watching this movie with Rebecca, and she just kept on commenting. She's like, the T-1000 is just, he's crazy. You can't stop him. Like, she's like, what are you supposed to do? And then they, drop him in the lava at the end. But yeah, up until that point, even after the Hasta Vista, when he freezes and he explodes and he gets put back together, you're like, what the hell are you supposed to do to this guy?
It's tough. He is a force to be reckoned with.
Well, and to set it in context with Arnold from the first movie, who is the unstoppable force in that, and you're like, how do you take down the T-800? Mm-hmm. And then even Arnold in this movie is like, this guy I can't do anything with him.
Something that I find to be so effective about this is how both Arnold and T-1000 in their pursuits are emotionless. Which adds to, I mean, it's the Michael Myers of it all.
Yeah.
And but like, even like, so they start to fight right in the mall. Arnold gets thrown through a window, and you see that shot, and he's got like, he doesn't look like he's got like a slight resting bitch face. He does not care.
Yeah, I think somebody bends over and is like, "Are you okay?" About to be like, "Are you okay?" And he just. Speaking of Michael Myers, just does the, sits right back up.
It's so effective in all of these pursuits, and all of, like, just to have the emotionless person that is pursuing, and I mean, and in Arnold, even the emotionless protector. Although, does he start to get some emotions?
He does. Well, and it's also great because in that initial Hull scene, one of the first things he does is he shields John Connor from bullets and takes like 12 bullets to his back immediately.
Yeah.
So he goes full protector mode, willing to take all of the beating from the T-1000 in order to save the boy. He eventually he's a synthetic adaptive AI. So he learns about humanity the more he's around them.
Chill out, dickwad.
It seems like the only thing he really learns, though, is that keys are in the visor.
Yeah.
Keys are in the visor. Here's some really dated slang, and I know now why you cry.
He figures it out.
Which John Connor's explanation, I guess it's a maladjusted 10-year-old boy, but his explanation for why humans cry is dubious at best.
It's like pain, but something else.
Also, when he's like, why can I not kill people?
Just don't do it.
Don't do it, man.
He doesn't like,
People probably just don't deserve to be murdered and stuff.
Now he's just like,
just don't.
But go ahead and break their wrist. I'm gonna scream for these two guys to come over, these meatheads to come over. And then once I figure out that you have to do everything I say, did you call moi?
I hate that scene so much.
The Good Samaritans just get fucked up.
I wanted him to get bitch slapped in that scene so bad. When he like figures out that Arnold could be like his pet.
Put your leg down.
His pet goon. And he's like, beat these meanies up for me, man.
And then,
the meanies that are coming over to because he called them over.
Yeah, help. They're just trying to help.
The kid's an asshole.
He calls him like
You jock motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and the whole time Arnold's standing on one leg. Put your leg down.
I know that's when we start to get, that's maybe the first beat of like the the cute, like he's just like his little buddy. He's the killing machine buddy, but he's not killing anymore. You promised. But then what happens? So many kneecaps get shot.
All the
it just maims massive amounts of people that'll never walk again.
Okay, and to just cut right to, so there's the police scene. I know we're jumping, but he supposedly kills no police officers.
No, 0.0. That's the best part about it. It's not just 0. It's 0.0. Like, why 0.0? Like, how many half humans have you killed in your life?
He's an elitist. He's like Pitchfork. That's how he grades casualties. But do you think maybe one cop,
he's succumbed to their injuries after
shooting directly at everybody?
Well, that's a good point. How do we know that, like, further out that this guy didn't die in the hospital?
Well, he is like caving people's chests in with those smoke bombs that from like
That's
5 feet that he's just like shooting at them.
Blows the car up, and they're by the car. So it's like, is that a strategy?
He's taking their gas masks off while
Here, give me the like. He's brutal. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That he's not killing people. He's absolutely trying. He's like, hold on, I have an idea with the chain gun, and he just fires directly at all of them. They just happen not to die.
So
I don't know.
there's a lot of conflicting stories going on between Arnold and James Cameron about why they decided to put the Arnold character as not killing anybody. 'Cause there's specific reasons for this. So Arnold says that he didn't want to be the bad guy anymore after the first movie, and that he was over the whole bloodshed, being the killer type thing. So could you make it so that I don't kill anyone in this movie, and I'll do it? Cameron's like, no. He wanted to up his body count because he was in a competition with Sly Stallone for their movies. Who's the biggest badass killing the most people in their movies and stuff like that. And to stick it to Arnold is like, look what I wrote into the script. You don't get to kill anyone in this movie. Because apparently he was bragging to Stallone about how many people he kills in the first movie.
I killed so many people.
So now it's just like this back and forth between these two of like Arnold being like, no, I told him I wouldn't take the movie. Don't want to kill anyone anymore. And Cameron's like, dude, you were bragging about it, so I took it away from you.
I'm gonna go with I would think I'd fall on Arnold's side on that one. I think if Arnold wanted to kill, he would have killed.
He got paid 3 times as much as James.
Yeah, he got paid $12 million.
In the form of a private jet, no?
Yeah,
a Gulfstream.
Part of it was the jet.
I thought that was in addition.
Oh, was that in addition?
I think it was in addition.
So it was because the jet itself was 12 mil.
I heard, and I heard 15 million, but I don't know.
So Paul and I were talking about the math because that's a fun thing people like to talk about. He says 700 words in this, so he gets paid about $22,000 a word.
Oh, I love that.
So Hasta la Vista la Baby is $88,000 in his pocket.
And well worth it too, though, right? I mean, like
technically, he says it twice.
Yes, and the second time, the only dialogue between him and T-1000.
Technically, not dialogue though, because the T-1000 does not answer him.
Well, the only time they speak to each other, then at least.
Yes.
Yeah, they talk. Yeah. They're big talk at people.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So very, very memorable. This movie. Okay, so let's talk about the most memorable taglines or memorable catchphrases.
Yeah. So we got Hasta la Vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
We've also got.
Come with me if you want to live.
Big one, yeah. Which is from the first one.
Yes.
Michael Biehn says that, but yeah, not as well tracked.
And then I think I played the one earlier, the biker bar. Give me your clothes and your motorcycle.
Your boots, your clothes, and your motorcycle.
He goes back to "I'll be back." So we get, and I feel like since this one was so much bigger, even though "I'll be back" was already on the docket, this really cements it. I mean, this people's mothers were saying that, like, this was ever present because, and I think this is an interesting brief conversation to have, the monoculture of T2 that does not exist anymore. Is there any movie? Are we going to see any movie? Are we seeing
John Wick?
John Wick, those quotable moments from John Wick?
Yeah, but with GIFs and stuff online, like John Wick is now everyone's go-to action example.
Yeah. But I'm talking about stuff that permeates the culture. Like nobody's mom is like, oh, John Wick. Like they're not making John Wick jokes. It's big. We can have
probably Game of Thrones. Then
still,
winter is coming.
It's not the same. I mean.
Game of Thrones is pretty. I know you didn't watch it.
I know. My kids are on me about that now. My oldest is watching all of it. He says, "You gotta watch this." He's turning on the younger two, and he says, "This you have to do this." But anyways, I just don't think there is not the same type of culture. I mean, things can be big today, but I think the closest thing you can say is maybe something like Taylor Swift or something that is all encompassing. But we just don't, because of the way that the proliferation of media these days.
This is a Gen Xer talking to you. Please remember that.
is that things aren't as big of a deal for everyone. Paul, you remember. Luke, maybe not. But like, you know, we're just things. These would be events that are culture, especially American, but also overseas. We all experience this. Everyone fucking knows what "Hasta la vista, baby" is referring to, and "I'll be back" is referring to. Everybody,
100%.
like people, you know, Rosie O'Donnell will say it on her whatever, and people be like, "This is a joke for everyone." I don't believe that those things work as often, and especially as long. Like, you might have something like, you know, we had the Hawk to a Girl that was that was something for 5 minutes that, like, you'd be like, oh, talk about this, but it's so short-lived, it's recyclable, it's over. All of us still know I'll be back. It is still there. It's just the culture was different.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head right there. Is that you get these things now, but they're gone in 5 minutes because there's so much more content to consume. You know, you don't have, you're not waiting for this blockbuster to come out with the biggest star on the planet. That's just a crossover star as well, right? Like, he's not just a movie star. I mean, this guy is a crossover into middle America family. Like you said, mothers knew who he was, not just kids or fathers.
We just don't have, especially action stars like this anymore, where you're making a movie per summer and you go to it because it's the Arnold action movie that's coming out.
Well, and
it doesn't matter what it's about.
Run.
Does he blow stuff up in it? Great. We'll watch it.
And the run that he was on leading up to this, I believe. So not all blowing shit up. He did the 4 leading up were Total Recall, Twins, Kindergarten Cop, this.
Yeah.
All huge movies. And so what? Yeah, I mean, we still have movie stars, but do we have guys that like that? I mean,
Tom Cruise. That's it.
Tom Cruise.
The Mission Impossible movies are the one kind of like tentpole big action thing that people set their calendar to. When is the next one of those going to come out?
Yeah.
James Bond a little bit, but that's kind of faded away.
I feel like both of them have faded a little into the. I mean, just because, like, can anything be?
But I mean, I'm going to say it again, the most cliche thing in the entire world. What ruined this was the Marvel movies. Because then it no longer became the actor playing it. It became, I want to see the next Iron Man movie. Now everyone knows that.
Fair enough, but Robert Downey doing Iron Man was what made that amazing. Iron Man, the Marvel movies the franchise doesn't get off the fucking ground if it's not Robert Downey.
But Robert Downey Jr. couldn't be in a non-Marvel movie and have kids go, hey, I want to see Robert Downey Jr. play a badass in this nondescript movie that's not a part of the Marvel universe. That's the power of Arnold and Sly during this time, is they didn't have to be in franchises. They could be in multiple things. People would see Sly if it wasn't a Rambo movie. People would see Arnold if it wasn't a Terminator movie.
True.
Like, Chris Evans can be in that stupid Gray Man Netflix movie, and people are like, this is dumb. Be Captain America again.
Yeah.
So you could say, I mean, The Rock was trying to do this for a while. But I feel like
but The Rock's a terrible actor. No, and The Rock is like Arnold in reverse, though, right? Like, I mean, Arnold got smaller and more, started off as this huge bodybuilder, and
he's Conan,
and then he slims down as he gets more popular and becomes more, focused on the movie. And The Rock was actually at his smallest when he was in wrestling, and then now is just a ginormous human being, and it's like they're reversed, And
he's probably now more famous for being on Instagram than he is for any of the movies that he's a part of.
Yeah, well, according to what people think of Red One.
Yeah. Oh,
he's on the downward slope there.
So, talking about stars for this movie, we haven't talked about Linda Hamilton yet. Our female lead in this movie, our heroine, our female force, like in Aliens with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
So she's doing chin-ups. She has been put into an insane asylum because when Sarah Connor tries to describe the reason for why she keeps babbling on about how this guy came back from the future and is trying to kill her and her son, people rightfully thought she was an insane person. My favorite part is when they're kind of doing the walk and talk with the psychologist that has been working with her. Yeah, he's back from the first movie, and he's explaining the delusion that she's a part of by basically recounting the plot of the Terminator. One of the doctors has an aside that goes, "Oh, that's original." I'm like, way to stick that in there, Cameron. He's like, "Yeah, great writing."
Wow. Who would have thought of something like
Man,
that?
that's a great piece of writing right there.
Also, how many scientists do they have working at this insane asylum? When she's being like videotaped, there's like a crew of like 8 people.
Well, the same one that says that's original, she's like giving her talk to the psychologist about like how she's been good for 6 months. Paul has a great nitpick to bring up for this, but I just wanted to say that behind the glass, all the people that are kind of working, one of the lady scientists is just eating pizza, listening to her.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, this is a great show.
No pizza here. Yeah.
Which, though, is kind of a callback to the first one when they're watching Michael Biehn on the CCTV and they're just kind of having fun with it. Like, oh, can you believe, And,
Yeah, this is a great fucking story.
Right, exactly.
But Paul, give us the nitpick that you have about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. No, that's where we were talking about it before, where when they're looking at her through the glass and he's giving the tour to the people, and she's like, hey, how's your kneecap? And he said, oh yeah, she stabbed me with a pen with my pen 3 weeks ago. And then cut to the Terminators, whatever. Then cut back to the to Pescadero, I think is the name of the place. And now she's talking to Silberman and saying, hey, well, it helped to have a goal. I've been good
For 6 months.
For 6 months. And I go, wait. When did this 6 months happen? Obviously, after the 3 weeks ago that she stabbed him in the kneecap. But 6 months, there's no way that the Terminators are out there for 6 months running around, right? No.
Yeah, no, they messed that one up.
They definitely screwed that up.
Good behavior doesn't include stabbing the guy in the knee.
Correct. So that it has to be.
Maybe that's why he denied her. He's like, I see.
6 months, but that time you stabbed me in the
Except for
kneecap.
the time that you stabbed me. Again.
Also, by the way, this is how we're going to do your little intake here. We're going to have the VHS of you flipping out. We're going to all watch it together because that's the way you heal, right? Like, you'd be like, remember this? You're so nuts when you did this before. Great overacting by Linda Hamilton.
There's a great piece of trivia on the Pescadero insane asylum for the criminally insane. So they obviously took like a regular hospital and dressed it up and gave it, the signage for the movie and all that sort of stuff. People picketed the hospital because they thought it was a real hospital for a criminally insane. And they're like, it's 1991. We don't lock people away in madhouses anymore.
That's awesome.
Only in California could people be confused by a movie set for something that obviously isn't cool anymore, guys. We get it. And yeah, they started protesting the place.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like we disagree with licking of the inmates.
Yeah, this is not cool, man.
Yeah,
you should be able to do that.
No.
It's just for a movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Here, I have a script if you want to read it. By the way, it's what I
So the woke mob was out there even in 91.
Oh, they were. So that hospital scene. Well, Linda, wait. Before I do that, I have a question for you. Is James Cameron the first major male feminist?
No, Ridley Scott.
Okay, good call. Fair. But, okay.
Or, what's his name? The Halloween director.
John
Carpenter.
Well, but okay. But are they... James Cameron is making badass female action stars in a way that Ripley from Alien, the first Alien, is not, and as Jamie Lee Curtis is not. Like, they are tough. They will kick your fucking ass. They are like they are commanding in ways that I don't think female characters had been written. For the most part, maybe at all, up until this point, with your Ripley from Aliens and your Linda,
So Linda Hamilton likes to take credit for this too because she said she wasn't going to come back to the movie if she acted the same way she did in the first Terminator. She's like, you have to like mature her and make her more hardened and tough and stuff like that. I'm not playing the Last Girl type thing that I did in the first one, where I'm just basically crying the entire movie.
And field dressing. Her field dressing skills.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to fall in love with a soldier unless you dress his wounds first?
Oh my goodness. It's like real English patient shit, right?
Oh, 100%. This is a trope that has been done in movies for years and years and years.
She still kind of does her dirty though. Like, I mean, yeah, she's takes care of herself. She's strong. She can just, but she also had to just sleep around and be a hoe to get all that information.
Well, we don't need to talk about all that.
Not the greatest mother, Sarah Connor. Not a great mom.
She was with all these different people. Anyone who could teach her anything about being a warrior, she'd fuck them.
So there's that.
But
she
whatever.
also
she's empowered.
She's also an insane person for real. Not just the story she tells that nobody believes.
Do you have a drop of her with the sunblock?
2 million. 2 million.
You're gonna need 2 million sunblock that day because it's gonna be really hot. Get it?
No,
You know what I mean?
I want to talk about when she storms off to go kill Dyson, and she's sniping at him while his family's in the house.
Hell yeah.
She then storms in, calls him a motherfucker, calls his wife a bitch. Get on the ground, bitch! Get on the ground! Is pointing a gun at a 6-year-old child.
She's brutal.
She's lost her mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This is.
That is a great, and we'll get. I mean, I don't know if we can talk about it now or we get back to it, but that's a payoff right there, though. Like we talked about it earlier, how nothing, in my opinion, nothing in this movie is wasted. But in that scene, she is bonkers, absolutely crazy. She is terrifying.
Yeah.
But she, speaking of the first one, she I think realizes as she's doing that how far she has come from who she was before, and then cowers back. And at that point, then John comes in and...
Well, what it does is it brings her back to the present, because she's doing this so that her son doesn't have to be this war leader in the future. She's like, if I can stop Dyson, then obviously the atomic bomb's not going off. People aren't going to get wiped out. My son doesn't have to be this like heroic figure in the future that's like fighting against these machines in this desolate, wilderness of the world. If I just, go full, bear mom basically on this family and just rip them apart, I can stop all of this. John Connor comes in to keep her from doing that, her conscience basically, and brings her back to the present. She's like, oh, all that really matters right now is just protecting John currently, right now.
But it's a big switch in the movie where I think at that point, that's when John really starts to be a leader, because he, and he finally gets the payoff of that hug from his mom that he doesn't get. If you'll remember, in the car, he goes to hug her right before the crying scene when Arnold is, and she kind of hugs him, but she's really just checking him for bullet holes.
Yep.
And he gets now he gets the payoff of actually getting that hug from her, and now he turns around, leads the kid out to his bedroom, and says, "Hey, Arnold, show him while we're here." So he starts to become that leader that his mom, says that he's going to be.
Does James Cameron have big issues with parents that he likes to visit in his films?
Well, he definitely has. He has ideas on being a parent, and I pulled this desert voiceover from Sarah Connor where she explains, John Connor's role models that he eventually looks up to.
Get yourself a Terminator, Dad.
Watching John with the machine, it was suddenly so clear. The Terminator would never stop. It would never leave him. And it would never hurt him, never shout at him or get drunk and hit him or say it was too busy to spend time with him. It would always be there, and it would die to protect him. Of all the would-be fathers who came and went over the years, this machine, was the only one who measured up. In an insane world, it was the sanest choice.
Can you imagine being left for a Terminator? Like, my wife left me for the Terminator. Fuck!
Well, so Paul and I were talking about this. So this Arnold becomes his father figure.
Yeah.
He knows him in this time for 48 hours, let's say. His dad knows Sarah Connor for 48,
She has
72 hours.
Bad boundaries.
So John Connor's entire men that he looks up to have been in his life for 3 days.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, bad role models from male figures. But those 3 days really shaped him.
Just immediately bringing just people into the life and being like, this is your new dad.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
Reminds me of people I've dated. But so this is just really an interesting meditation on parenting, and I think he does it with Aliens, Ripley, mom.
Oh yeah,
right?
with Newt.
With Newt, we get that. We get this is a big father figure, and and a bit about mothers as well. And then, we get it in Avatar as well, family-based.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think...
Well, and that the planet itself is your true mother.
So, yeah. And then, Titanic, no, that's just love. And
her parents forcing her to marry Billy Zane instead of the guy that she really is in love with.
Oh, yes.
Money, class. Whoa.
It's very interesting. So... That is James Cameron. Definitely likes to do some meditations on family. I think that there's been stuff written about that from what I understand, but I didn't actually read it. But clearly it's right there.
Oh, it's all there. What haven't we hit on this? Let's get into some more of the action parts of this. Well, I suppose we talked about Dyson a little bit. So the Dyson character, so basically what happened is after Sarah Connor crushes the Terminator robot in there, whoever came and cleaned it up hid all of that stuff so that when Sarah Connor is talking about, this machine that tried to kill her and she crushed, there's no evidence of it. So that's why they think she's crazy. This company has kept that stuff, and they have a chip from the robot that he's doing research on to rebuild that eventually turns into the AI that they give to the defense contract so that, they weaponize it basically. And so that's why he is the person that they have to take out in order to do that. And that basically sets up the whole police raid on the corporate headquarters of the place where that chip is all set up.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part where he says that the chip is there. And she's like, "I knew it, motherfuckers!" Yeah.
They were lying to me.
And but you can also see. For me, that's what's the actor's name? Dyson Joe Morgan, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
First of all,
Joe Morton.
Joe Morton.
Big salt
you
guy.
can see. You can see. When he's talking about that chip, and well, it didn't work, but it took us in new directions, and all my work was bad. And you see in his face, what he's going to be. He's giving up his baby at this point, and you see that pain on him, but the realization that he knows.
He comes around really quick.
Yeah, he does.
So quick.
It's not every day, that voiceover right there. It's not every day you find out that you're responsible for the death of 3 billion peoples, but he took it pretty well. And he comes in and goes, "I think I'm going to throw up."
Well, immediately. I guess yes. Does he see the Arnold Terminator arm? He does see that, but otherwise, his whole life work has been all this shit. You gotta go ahead and make sure that it never happens again because you're gonna end the world. And he's like, all right, that's fine. And then also, they're trying to break in. He's like, "Oh, you know what? We tripped the alarm. It's never gonna work. But you gotta do it." Oh, okay, I guess I do.
But this is again what I was talking about with John Connor being the leader. He's come up with this plan. Arnold, cut off your arm, show him that you're the Terminator, as opposed to his crazy mom's plan and the Terminator and Arnold's plan, or saying, "Hey, in the car, that probably would be a good thing if she killed him." John Connor's come up with this plan where we say we don't have to kill anybody. Let's do this.
The peacemaker.
He is. He's you see the leader, like Paul said, that he's going to eventually become.
Yes, and even I think sometimes we can get that. it can get lost in the Edward Furlong of it all,
Yes.
and the like, oh, is this guy like a serious? But
Well,
they're
he's
writing it
so plucky. It's the thing they do with all child characters in any movie is they make them super plucky. They got quick comebacks. They're saying swear words when they're little kids and stuff, and you think it's funny and all that sort of stuff. But they have to. I mean, this kid eventually becomes like basically the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
So you have to do something with him. I don't think him as an actor transitions that super well, but the dialogue and the way the movie is written and stuff like that does a good job of it.
We are starting to see that. That's a very good point.
So is obviously the person that people put in that role instead of him that people wanted to see would have been Leo, right?
Yes, would have been about the right age.
No, he was a little too old. So they
old.
talked about that on the rewatchables. He was about 3 to 4 years too old. Then they were saying
So they couldn't have pushed the movie back instead of him being 10 years old, instead of it being 1994.
Yeah, I don't know why they were so hung up on the 10
I don't
round
know.
number.
And would it have made it different? Would it have been a better movie with?
Well, they had
Leo.
to get everything done before 97, right? Because 97 is when the Judgment Day happens. So they needed like a little bit of a runway before that, so they could catch everything. So okay, whatever. But yeah, you also the points that were made on the show. There wasn't a lot of great child actors at this right at this point in time. You didn't have a ton. But yeah, Leo was there.
Did you hear the other one was the kid from What About Bob?
Yes,
Richard Dreyfuss's son in What About Bob?
Yeah, but
He's
making
terrible in that movie too. Oh,
he was making
Love that movie,
What
though.
About Bob? Yeah.
Correct.
Great movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh man.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Also making bombs in the forest.
Such an insane
It's
movie.
a
You could do movies
crazy
like that.
movie.
You couldn't. I don't know that you can do that anymore. This also happened in movies like what's that one? Martin Short and Clifford. I don't know if anyone saw Clifford, but these movies about these. Well, you should. It's these men being driven to insanity to the point where they want to murder people. Like it's just like the darkness.
Well, it's like,
I'm gonna fucking kill Bob.
Well, it's like driving Chevy Chase slowly crazier and crazier in the vacation movies.
Yeah.
That was a thing that you did. I feel like in today's political climate, just be like, well, should we just drive white dudes to crazy murderous? That's not as funny anymore.
No,
Just be like, oh no,
not nearly as
it
funny.
actually happens. That's a thing. Like it's not even like that's not a. It's like no, that's real. So let's maybe not lean into that.
All right, so getting into the end of the movie here, we've got the police shootout scene again that we've set up. This scene absolutely rules. It's so cool. Little cameo by Dean Norris. He is one of these SWAT guys that comes. He goes up to Dyson at the end and is the guy that tells everyone to run away when he's about to hit the trigger to explode the place.
Dean Norris is from,
What's he from?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
Oh my
He's
gosh!
the cop brother-in-law.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! I thought they looked like him, but I was like, "There's no way!"
Yep.
Right, because of timing and everything. Wow.
Yep, that's Dean Norris.
Nice.
A man who has also been typecast in everything. He always plays a cop.
100%.
He's
Yeah.
the cop. Wow. That is a good scene.
Well, we get a call back in this to the ATM machine because John Connor
So he hacks in to get the key.
hacks in to get the key code because Dyson's key isn't working anymore because the silent alarm has been taken off.
But don't worry, this young kid and his hacking trick, that'll do it.
And the security on these ATMs is the same as in the Cyberdyne.
Absolutely the same.
And the same card flips. It just works out. But to my point, when I say things aren't wasted in this film, again,
Always call back to something.
call back to that where he, and it's great because he's like, all right, you guys go and do this. I got this handled. And, sure enough.
Well, and the whole they're like, how many cops are out there? All of them.
That I think he delivers that line actually well. It's one of his moments as an actor.
I love so many of the Arnold deliveries here.
Well,
that's an Edward Furlong.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
I did it in the Arnold voice. I shouldn't have, but
that's Edward Furlong when
All of them.
Yeah,
it actually one of his better acting moments, I think,
for sure. But then Arnold does the I'll take care of it, and then Edward Furlong, John Connor is like, I told you not to kill any of the cops.
Trust me.
Yeah,
and that's when he starts to learn how to smile.
Yeah,
and he learns how
and then he's got that grenade launcher, and perfect aim. Every single grenade hits exactly the target that he wants to.
He's a goddamn machine. So here's a thought that I had. Usually the German language, right? Harsh. We think of German, we think, you know what we think. I mean, whatever. I took
the H-man.
Yeah, the H-man cometh.
Harsh.
Yeah, but you think of it. It is a hard. I took German in high school.
I did too.
Ich liebe dich. That's
yeah,
right. It's harsh. Yet Arnold with that Austrian accent, it sounds kind of nice. Because I'm a Terminator.
Yeah.
Of course. It's very.
He does it in a romantic way.
I mean, I was super turned on. That's what I'm trying to say the whole time. I mean, I that clip you had from last week of him just listing off the types of guns.
Oh, could just keep listening to it over and over
again.
It
is so.
The Uzi 5mm.
With the slide. It's
44 Magnum with the slide.
It's so fucking
laser
good.
sight.
And I don't know exactly why. It's just
so apparently. So we talked a little bit about Edward Furlong. Didn't have a dad. Kind of has the same characteristics as John Connor has in this movie in real life. Him and Arnold got super attached in real life on the set of this movie.
Aww.
Apparently, Arnold would just talk to him about banging chicks. And how awesome it was being a movie star in Hollywood, and this 13-year-old kid is just eating it up.
Oh,
but put yourself. I mean, yes, it sounds cringy, because we're sitting here. But when you were 13,
I'm not talking. It's fine for Edward. I'm talking Arnold. Maybe talk about something else.
Agreed.
Linda Hamilton.
I'm banging all these chicks. It's so cool. Last night it was like a train. Whoa, jeez, man. He's not fully through puberty.
So Linda Hamilton is the one that recounted that story and said that Arnold and Edward Furlong had the same mental age, basically. And they were just goofy little kids together, and Arnold's this humongous 44-year-old man who has experienced all that Hollywood has to offer.
He was 44 then?
Yeah. 44 years old.
Wow,
yeah.
There's still hope for me.
Looks incredible.
It's peak Arnold.
Peak Arnold.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Sly in Rocky 3.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
Well, or does he look better in 3 or 4? 4 he slims down a little bit too, and when he's fighting Drago, he looks incredible.
Yeah, incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so this then goes into the final chase scene where we get another allusion to the last movie where instead of throwing pipe bombs aimlessly at a guy on a motorcycle like Michael Biehn does, Arnold is shooting a big old Mack truck that the T-1000 is driving at 400 miles an hour. I don't know how this thing carrying nitroglycerin in the back is the fastest vehicle on the highway, but the T-1000 is able to get it rolling. Apparently what they did with Robert Patrick whenever he's driving is he's actually in the passenger seat with a steering wheel. The stunt driver is actually driving it, but they're filming Robert Patrick, moving the wheel and stuff, and they flip it in post so it looks like he's on the correct side of the vehicle, actually driving. And it allowed Robert Patrick to actually do more acting instead of having to be worried about, obviously, driving the car forward and stuff like that. So that's how they're able to do a lot of those head-on shots where it looks definitely like the car is in motion and he's, looking as menacing as he is.
No, did we skip? No, did we skip over the part where he's in the helicopter though already? But when because he's chasing him in that helicopter first, which is amazing.
He throws the guy out.
He doesn't throw the guy. The guy
he
takes himself out. Right?
Willfully jumps.
But the only reason I bring that up is that there's that, and these are real effects here, where the helicopter goes under that underpass.
Yeah.
And taking it back to where you were talking about James Cameron asking people to do things that they didn't want to do. Apparently, the people that were filming it said, no, we're not filming that. And that's James Cameron filming that
on the camera
by himself.
Because they tried to figure out how to do that shot with the helicopter
under the bridge
without actually having to do it. And the stunt driver was like, I'll just do it. And they did it twice. And James Cameron is the guy on the camera both times shooting that because no one else wanted to do it.
Holy shit.
Nor would I have wanted to do that.
No.
Fuck that.
Wow.
So Big Jim gets behind the gun and takes it down.
So if you don't like him, think about that, because that's putting your money where your mouth is, man.
Come on, Luke.
I don't know. You got to give him credit for that shit, man.
What are you talking about, Luke? That's fucking great.
Well, and then 30 more years of filmmaking, he becomes the biggest asshole who refuses to make good movies anymore because he's so caught up in, exploring the ocean and remaking Pocahontas in space.
Ego is a hell of a drug.
All right, so anyway, I digress. Go back to now he's driving to liquid nitrogen.
Well, also really quick though, before we get to liquid nitrogen, we have the fact that the helicopter slams into the car. Like that whole truck versus helicopter. Fucking come on.
So they're in the SWAT car that
cool.
gets knocked over, and then they have to get into that wimpy little truck. Only goes 65. This is the top speed of this vehicle.
Which has a Jesus bumper sticker, which they point out just quickly.
Yep. They do. They do zoom in on that real quick.
Okay, James, what do you? Okay, whatever. Religion is slow. The path of Jesus is not going to get you very far.
No.
I don't know, but that is a really, really cool scene. I'm guessing that's not that's something that's on a lift or something. The helicopter itself is not fucking crashing into.
Yeah, and then Arnold comes up with I should just be shooting at this semi in order to slow it down.
And John can drive.
Yeah, John drives. Take the off ramp. Yeah. Takes the off ramp. He's shooting at the truck. He then, has to get on top of the truck and flip it. Very cool when he turns the wheel and the car flips over and he's riding the semi.
And that scene
is so cool.
And that scene is the one that James Cameron said was the most dangerous stunt that he's ever filmed. Is the stunt man that's really happening, and that stunt man is not on any wires or anything because they want him to be able to bail if things go south. Yeah. But that scene where Arnold jumps up and the stuntman jumps up and he's shooting right through the window, the windshield of that truck before he reaches in and grabs that is apparently
such
fucking
cool scene. Machine gun to the face, just over and over, and then flips the goddamn truck. It doesn't get better than that, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get fucking better than that.
The other thing we missed when we were talking about the motorcycle chase scene at the beginning is the cool flip reload that Arnold's doing. So he actually was doing that, and apparently it cut up his hand crazy because every time he rotated it would pull skin off.
And they wanted him to wear gloves in that. And you'll notice that later on in the movie he's wearing gloves all the time, right? But he couldn't do that. He actually learned how to do that move, right, with that Winchester 1887,
the
shotgun. But it would tear up his hands, and at one point he banged Edward Furlong on the head with it.
It got a mild concussion. Yes.
And he also had to learn how to shoot the gun to break the locks.
Really?
But they said the thing that took the longest was not just the aim being correct, but they're you got to look cooler while you're doing it, because he would be concentrating so hard on making the right shot.
And his tongue out and weird eyes.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I mean, that bike fits him perfectly.
It's
my God. Does he look amazing on that bike?
Yeah.
It's just the perfect size, the way the handlebars come down. Everything about it is perfect.
Harley must have been
Iconic.
so happy that he picks because when he's scanning when he first comes to the biker, there's a couple Yamahas and a
there's
couple
like
Harleys.
Softail,
They
like
must
this,
have.
yeah.
They paid, right?
Oh.
We do start to get product placement.
Oh,
in this.
that Pepsi can
Pepsi
Yeah.
is
just
ever present.
right in the middle of the screen.
Well, you got the machine.
The machine as well, right?
Then you
yeah.
got the guy. I'm drinking a Pepsi. Whoa.
Why did so? I remember this from my father working in an office in the '90s. He would always wear those like jean button-ups. That was like the corporate wear at the science factory. Both
So
those
much
guys
denim.
are wearing denim button-ups. Dyson's wearing it with a tie on too. I'm like,
tie
man,
with the denim shirt.
that was just I would never go into an office wearing a denim button-up shirt.
I don't think I would wear one of those. I know that they've come in and out of style, but no.
But you wear them like untucked, buttons, off and stuff like that. You definitely don't wear them as like formal attire.
Dressed up, yeah. No, it was a thing though.
That whole.
I mean, hey, silk shirts were a thing back in the day.
did you have
and
some silk shirts?
I had silk boxers too.
I had silk boxers.
Those were the thing.
Terrible.
Yeah, not cool anymore. But that was for a while.
But yeah, no, that look was the button up. Yeah, right.
Button-up denim.
Hyper color.
Yeah,
I could keep this is all going back to this.
Joe
era.
Boxer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian
Man.
tuxedo.
Oh my God. Yeah, that scene is very blue. They do a good job with the denim. So much denim at Cyberdyne Lab.
But you know the rules. You need written problems. I insist. 3 guns come out on that guy.
Great.
And then John Connor with the tape.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to give these guys a tour at 2 a.m. Yeah, like it's cool. We're just visiting.
I like when the other security guard comes and sees that the place is like unmanned. And he's like, "I told you can't use the bathroom and leave it unmanned." And then he finds him and he's like tied up to the urinal and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
And he just leaves him. He doesn't like take the tape off or be like, "Hey, what happened, Carl?"
Well, right, and then he calls and he wants all the cops to come too. That's the first time. And he's like, "Send them all." He's like, "How do you even know what happened?"
Yeah,
yet?
maybe Carl's into some weird tape play. And like, just get the 411 before you jump to conclusions.
They bring it up again from the first movie. They're like, this is the same guy that came back and killed 18 cops.
Right,
And
right.
so the police force is like, we got to take this motherfucker down.
They have a vendetta
Yeah.
against this guy. And so before, the end, when everything blows up at Cyberdyne, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the death scene of Joe Morton, right? So talking about things that are things that I definitely remember, things that were like, this is an iconic part of the movie that's lived on.
I don't know how much longer I can hold it.
Yeah, and it's got this like this pace of almost like a roller coaster. Like you're going up, is it the breath? It stops, and you're like up, and you're at the peak point, and then fucking blow.
And it's not just his breath. When you see him, his eyes are
His
doing
eyes
it
are-
too.
and he's-
I mean, it's just.
he is
I mean, I'll tell you
sweating his
what.
balls off.
It's fantastic acting.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it just had to.
Thank you for bringing that up because that is
Absolutely.
that is a wonderful moment.
That is it's in a movie with many great moments. That is definitely up there as one. And then you get the huge explosion. And again, these are all and correct me if I'm wrong, if either of you know, but like practical explosions, right? Like they're really blowing shit up, obviously, because this is the time. So wow, did you either one of you ever see like stunt shows at like Walt Disney World or anything?
Oh sure.
I was never taken to Disneyland or Disney World in my life.
We're gonna make that happen.
So I refuse to take any of my future kids to that either.
Make it so.
Come on, give them what you didn't have.
Yeah, man. They got Indiana Jones stunt show at Hollywood Studios.
I heard it's stupid.
No, it's not stupid. There's a Waterworld one. You feel the fire. Like,
Kevin Costner's Waterworld?
Yes. No, the other Waterworld. No, it is.
I don't know. You can call any water park Waterworld if you want.
They have that's probably the best thing that came out of the movie Waterworld is the Waterworld stunt show. And then there's an Indiana Jones one, and it is just when you see that shit and you can see it live, just oh my god.
I would like to go to the Star Wars place and just call
Yes.
everyone nerd all the time,
Ugh.
like
Fuck
ogre.
that.
Feel free to call me. I got Chris to go there,
He
and
got me
I thought I oversold it, and apparently I did not.
No, he literally. You were my inspiration. He took his kids to the Star Wars Disney World in Florida, Hollywood Studios. I took my boys there in January. It was fucking awesome.
Rocks.
Is it so expensive? Oh yeah. Did those lightsabers that we bought for God knows how much, did they still work or are used at all? No.
But mine sits on my mantle.
Yeah, well, Aiden still has his, but the other, like, Noah took his apart and all this. But anyways, amazing. And
This
you,
is starting to make sense.
and you see the set design, like just the scale of everything. I mean, it's the magic of the fucking movies, baby. Yeah.
Great.
Luke, you
Liam will be going.
you fuck hell yes.
Oh, I just took a mental break for the last 4 minutes while you guys were talking about that.
Whatever. It's so fucking cool.
I just want to be back when you guys do Star Wars.
Yeah, it's gonna eventually.
We're never doing Star Wars.
Well,
Come on.
Only the Phantom Menace.
only
Fuck you.
a huge Phantom
Sorry
Menace
with you.
extravaganza. Oh, it's Phantom Menace month. We're gonna go hour by hour,
Go minute by minute.
a minute by minute. Phantom Men. Oh, but yeah, it's go to theme parks.
All right,
All
back
right,
to
so liquid nitrogen.
back to T2. Sweet move, rolling over with the semi, surfing that bad boy into the most conveniently located factory in the entire world, which also begins with John Connor and Sarah Connor in that truck running into a forklift at 95 miles an hour.
She tells him to,
Yes,
right?
keep
Like-
driving straight.
Not a good move.
They should both be dead.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think that thing had an airbag.
No, they're like, well, the tines missed them. That works. But I'm like, you hit it at 60 miles an hour. You are dead.
Yeah, that's not gonna. That's
I do like
Another magic
the
of the
fact
movies.
that the tanker is spilling out everywhere, and the people that are working in the factory are like, we got to get out of
get
here.
the hell out. That's
Yeah,
their
noth-
safety system.
Nothing good can happen between mixing shit
Lava?
that's really, really, really hot molten steel and shit that's really, really, really cold.
Yeah.
You're like, everybody get out of here.
Get the hell out. That's their and they do. And then we have our ultimate fucking showdown.
Well, you have to have the fake death first,
Yeah.
where you think that Arnold has figured it out. He gets the
line.
He gets the line we all wait for.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So can we all agree that was a miscalculation by this
The T-1000?
by Arnold right there to
to
shoot
think,
him.
To think that that's gonna
To think to think that not maybe that it's gonna, but think about this. I mean, once you shot him into pieces, that you have a bunch of it'd be like taking an ice sculpture, right? An ice sculpture is going to stay cold and stay there. If I break that ice sculpture up, it's going to melt faster,
Yeah.
right? Those pieces are going to. It was a total miscalculation by Arnold.
Yes.
Shooting that, he should have left him frozen,
Now,
a hole.
would he
Yeah.
eventually?
He would have eventually melted anyway.
The ending of the movie would have taken longer.
He could have picked him up frozen and thrown him in the molten lava.
Guys,
Yeah.
that
He would have just had time to think. My point is that running a million calculations a minute, he totally miscalculated that moment, but he got to deliver the line.
He's like, this is the
Yeah.
coolest outcome right now.
Arnold, the T-800 is conveniently intelligent at some times and conveniently unintelligent at other times.
That's a good way to put it.
He's learning emotions. They're clouding his judgment.
Well, yeah, and they explain it when Sarah Connor's taking the bullets out that he can learn, and the more that he's out in the world, he learns more about humanity and stuff like that. So they retcon all that in there so that you can't have nitpicking like that at the end, because you're just like, well, he's taking care of the problem that's in front of him. He shoots him, shatters him. We did it. Great job, guys. And then that ends up not being the death, as happens in fucking every action movie ever, every horror movie ever. You think you got him, you don't got him.
Every alien movie, right?
Yeah, every alien movie, there has to be 2 deaths.
Yeah, this is the second ship.
Yeah.
They got onto the ship again.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Man. Romulus now streaming on Hulu, by the way.
I saw that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, not gonna watch that again.
I might.
I will.
Yeah. It's a fun time.
I'm over it.
It's a fun time. Even if they do ridiculous callbacks that are...
Speaking of Alien, this movie has an ending very similar to Alien 3.
Oh, yeah. And this came out before? Yes. It did. Yeah.
Alien 3 was what, 94?
92.
92?
Yeah, and let me... I looked this up preparing. So... but they were shooting them at the same time, so they couldn't have known.
Fincher didn't steal it.
But obviously this huge movie seen by everybody. Then Alien 3, which already was riddled with some problems, comes out May 22nd, 1992. As I famously told everybody when we did that episode. It seems a little redundant, or a little like it's kind of a ripoff to some people.
But a very cool emotional ending to this movie. Arnold gets to go out in about the best way that you possibly can, sacrificing himself. I believe the line at the end was added in post because they screened it to test audiences, and all the test audiences were like, why couldn't the Terminator have just thrown himself in? Why does he have to make Sarah Connor lower him down? So they added it in post that the Terminator says, I can't self-terminate.
Yeah.
Can we back up just a hair, because there's another part that that is real. Maybe it's nitpicky to everybody else, but that really bothers me about this final act is when T-1000 catches up to Sarah Connor, pokes her through the shoulder, and then wants her to call out to John, and you go, whoa.
Couldn't she just...
Why wouldn't he just call out to John in her voice?
Which she eventually does.
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
So the only point for that is to give you the fuck you moment where she goes, fuck you.
And we get one more metal knife moment, those are so cool.
So that part bothered me. Also, he starts, T-1000... through this whole scene is just walking very slow, almost like Michael Myers, as opposed to running after.
But you see that one of the reasons why when John Connor sees both of his moms there, and he's trying to figure out which one is actually the real mom, he looks down and you see the feet of the T-1000 is melted into the grate.
I did see that he's, and you do see earlier that he kind of shines, like his face kind of shines over. That he's malfunctioning now a little bit because of the heat, the molten lava. But he obviously can transform and use Sarah Connor's voice, and refuses to do it at that point and keeps her alive. Which is maybe I'm nitpicking here, but I thought was again just a part where I go, why'd that have to, just to get the fuck you moment from Sarah Connor to T-1000.
Gotta have it. So apparently the liquid that they used for the molten steel was actually really cold. Ooh. So it was freezing in that set that they were doing. So all the sweat that is on the actors is sprayed on.
Really?
Yeah, so they were actually very cold during that scene.
Wow. Well, good acting.
Yeah. Hey. Acting school paid off.
Edward Furlong's coming. He's coming around. Yeah. Decent actor.
Yeah.
Nope.
Imagine if he was really in charge of the leader of the free world. If it was Edward Furlong, what would you feel about? Would that be good?
No. One word.
Isn't that does Christian Bale play John Connor?
Yeah, further on in
Salvation.
Is it Salvation? Yeah, no, okay. It's coming up.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I've only gone as far as rewatching Terminator 3 now.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Claire Danes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And some hot actress playing the new Terminator.
The new Terminator.
Yeah,
Ooh, female Terminator.
Well, we'll get to it. Anything else about the movie before we get into the awards?
Just the cool alien sounds that T-1000 makes as he's dying.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that's odd, and then it's like, hey.
Some of the screams are Jim Cameron himself.
Really?
Yeah, he offered some of his vocal work for that.
And we're okay with Arnold fake dying as well, or
you got
dying,
it.
and then this is the first that we hear about alternate power.
Alternate powers?
right? And then am I to believe that so the gun that he grabs there is a grenade launcher, and the one grenade that he had dropped earlier into the bed of the truck, which is pretty cool, right?
It all nothing.
Again, nothing wasted. I think
exactly.
Nothing wasted. Everything has, like, it comes back around. Always comes back around.
Absolutely.
I would say from a pacing standpoint, this movie's pretty darn perfect until the desert scene where everything slows to a halt.
It's very...
and then picks back up again.
Yeah, I guess, you need that moment to catch your breath.
Apparently that was supposed to be like 20 minutes longer. They added other stuff that they wanted to, like, round the story out a little bit more, and they're like, it adds so much time that it loses all the pacing for the movie.
Yeah, it's fine to have a short time period to do that with, but
yeah, I mean it's and supposedly that was one of the first scenes that they actually shot, because that's when he's at his youngest. But it gives you the, of course, that's when you get that sound that you dropped earlier, where he's, they're kind of connecting as a father-son duo. Also, is Enrique one of the guys that that Sarah slept around with at some point, or?
I mean, it's maybe he's a Green Beret. I don't know.
I think it's implied because Arnold's like, Uncle?
Uncle Bob. Yeah. We talk about Uncle Bob. Does everybody? I have an Uncle Bob.
I don't have an Uncle Bob.
Don't have an Uncle
I wish I had an Uncle Bob like that.
Well, my Uncle Bob's not like that, but.
One of the extended scenes, I think, is that the T-1000 comes and tortures those guys in order to find where they went to. That eventually gets them to the lab.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need that.
And I think Uncle Bob sets off a grenade and kills himself before giving up the location.
Nice.
So shout out Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob is
Arnold. Is Arnold.
Oh,
Enrique Estasaki.
And also all the kids just playing around with all these firearms.
Always. They got a pit full of them.
They're just, here, John, throw me the gun. Throw me this. Yeah, it's...
you got a chain gun up there?
He's like, I'm going to like this gun.
6,000 shots a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of weaponry, Also, T-1000, before Arnold comes for that final shot, T-1000 does the old Dikembe Mutombo. Is that the right?
Yeah, the Dikembe Mutombo.
There we go.
No. Perfect.
Like, I was like, okay, that is interesting.
It was very not in character from anything before that. Like a little. Apparently, he's learning too, and he's got a little sass now.
Yeah, you just watched a little bit of the NBA.
Like, where'd that sass come from?
Yeah, sassy T-1000. Wow.
It was good.
All right, so let's get into the awards.
Yeah.
Chris, your favorite scene from Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
So I have to go with the I have to go. Well, I mean, I guess I have to pick a scene. I'm gonna go with the end scene with the machine gun to the face, truck flipping. That, like, there are so many good ones. I was almost gonna go a different direction, but you just, like, that it stops you in your tracks when you see that. And I remember, I specifically remembered, just going straight point blank to the guy, just unloading the machine gun, truck flipping. I mean, that action sequence. I mean, I guess we could include the helicopter stuff beforehand. I mean, just so many, like maybe 2 or 3 just amazing action sequences. That's the one that I'm gonna pick.
Paul?
Yeah, for me, it's certainly at the Galleria in the mall.
Into the hallway scene.
100% in the hallway scene when Arnold comes out, drops the box of roses. You get you find out that he's the good guy. You get the first special effects. That leads right into the first chase scene, which is in the LA River there, which is amazing. So certainly that all starts at the Galleria right there, and that reveal right there was huge.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna follow that up with I'm gonna take the whole motorcycle chase scene. It's so cool. Now again, it's so funny to watch for the stunt guys too.
Oh, yeah.
But that like I said at the beginning, it really kicks this movie into high gear for you while you're watching it, and basically tells the audience this is going to be different than the first one.
Yeah.
That we've got the technology now. This is going to be full force all the rest of the way through. Sets all the rest of the action up.
Honorable mention for me, knife arm through the carton of milk.
Very cool.
Your foster parents are dead.
And I love that there's a delayed reveal on that too.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know
hear it.
you hear it and you know something happened, and then turns and it doesn't just go through his head; it goes through the milk carton too, right? Like it's kind of extra and kind of really cool.
Very cool.
The most horror maybe of the whole.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first one was much more horror than for me than action.
Yes.
This was much more action than horror.
Yeah, and it spawned all those great memes where you can say something and then it cuts to the Arnold saying like your foster parents are dead. They'll be like, the Packers are the best team and they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Clearly that's a lie. I love the Packers. Don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Okay, so then what are we at next?
Your favorite performance within the movie from an actor?
That's easy for me because it's Arnold.
Why
What?
do you cry?
Why do you cry? I understand now why you cry. What's wrong with your eyes?
I don't feel pain.
Of course, I'm a Terminator. Just because, this is perfect. It's perfect for Arnold, and we saw this in the first one, but it's just perfected here because he's gotten to be a better actor, I'm sure, in the last 7 years, and he uses like it's the perfect role, right? Like he has that mechanical like performance down, but then even as the movie goes on and he starts to slightly change, it's the iconic performance. So that's where I'm going.
Paul?
Yeah, no, obviously that's peak Arnold, and that could be everybody's answer. I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to go with our boy Joe Morton.
Joe Morton.
I think he's in it for a small period of time. His acting is phenomenal from start to finish. He is like, you put him in anything, and the guy is good. He's just a professional actor, and he does his job really, really well, and he delivers. And like I said, that last part is just iconic. The breathing, and it's not just the breathing. His eyes are everything about that is his performance is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to also go Arnold from a performance standpoint. I think he's so good playing the good guy in this, playing the father figure. He's soft when he needs to be soft. He's mechanical when he needs to be mechanical. He's human when he needs to be human. Just a really good showcase for what Arnold is capable as an actor. In a lot of other movies that I've seen with Arnold in, he's typecast. He's supposed to be, and kind of is a one-note actor for that. This, you get to see some of the range, and I think he just absolutely nails it.
Absolutely.
MVP, Chris.
My MVP. I'm gonna go to the special effects team. So that's ILM. It's actually, so I looked it up. There's like 4 groups that work on this thing. ILM is one of them, which is that's like the famous company that started with George Lucas, I believe.
Well, Stan Winston's the big.
He's the
big guy that helped with the CGI on this.
And eventually went on to Pixar, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. So this is. There's great stuff all around here, but the effects and even if I don't know if I can loop into the sound to that umbrella, but
Gary Rydstrom.
Yeah, don't loop in the sound because I'm going to take the sound. I'm taking Gary.
Spoiler
You're taking
alert.
Gary?
Okay, so I'm taking the special effects because again, and like the shit that like the T-1000, especially at the time, like when he walked through the bars, and when he slammed against in the last part, he slammed against some surface, and he immediately like his back turns into his front. Also,
the floor.
no,
the floor was amazing too. But
T-1000 on the floor is so stinking cool.
T-1000 on the floor.
He's talking to the lady. Oh, your friend, you're late. Your friend's over here, and then she turns back around. He's gone. He's pulled a Batman. He's gone, and we don't know. We kind of forget. Right? And then all of a sudden he's just coming up out of the floor.
He is the floor.
He is the floor.
But the part you're talking about is that in scene 4 where he gets thrown against the thing and then he just reverses himself.
Yeah, that is so cool even today. It made me think. So, did you remember the Michael Jackson black or white video? You might remember this, Paul.
I do.
So we had at that point, it was around the same time, and that had the ability of all the faces morphing into each other.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's maybe perfected in this movie, and then taken by Michael. But really good stuff.
Paul?
Yeah,
you said Gary Rice.
I'm going to go with the sound guy, and I think you really explained it well, how they just kind of took all that sound out and then re-added it in. You talked about the sound of the shotgun. I from what I read, it's actually four sounds put together, but yeah, cannon, a rifle shot in a canyon, so you get that echo. Also, another cool one was the T-1000 walking through the bars in the mental.
Yeah.
This is actually the sound, the squishing sound that goes through is actually the sound of dog food, wet dog food coming out of a can. And then also, and this has nothing to do with the sound, but it was really cool that his gun being stuck behind, that was cool. But I think that the sound was just fantastic in this, so I'll go with Gary.
All right, I'm going with Bob Patrick, the T-1000 himself. I think this is such a good bad guy. The T-1000 is incredible. And the fact that you take kind of a no-name actor who just has that perfect, plain face, that when he goes into being the full silver, you can still kind of tell who it is, but he's pretty nondescript. It makes, when he's running around as a police officer, you just buy the fact that this guy could trick everyone into thinking he is. The amount of work that he put in to do the running, to make it look like he never could get tired. Apparently, he tried really hard to not blink during scenes.
Yeah.
And the way that he moves through crowds is like how a shark swims through water and stuff like that. He's just the ultimate killing machine. I think I said the same thing about Arnold in the first one. But to have Arnold be the bad guy, just this terror force in the first movie, you're like, how do we one-up that? Well, we get the special effects with the CGI and stuff like that, the liquid metal, but you need someone to fully encapsulate that, and I think Robert Patrick just does an incredible job, and he's the takeaway for me from this movie. I remember him, I played the Wayne's World clip where him, you just see, because he didn't really do anything else, Robert Patrick is just the T-1000.
He is.
And it's really, really cool. I think he's great in this movie. Try to watch the movie the next time that you watch it, audience out there, and cheer for the T-1000. It's a lot of fun. Cheer for him, and
Also,
you feel so bad at the end. You're like, man, he was so close.
Can we talk about when he goes to the John Connor's house and he's like, "Do you have a picture of the boy?"
Yeah,
let
me keep that.
That's a fine-looking boy. Can I keep this picture? And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine."
No, but
well, it was weird.
It was the 90s, man.
Yeah.
You believe cops all the time. What are you gonna do?
No,
He's asking kids at the.
You've seen this guy? Wow.
Shout out his friend with the mullet though. Quick thinker, no, I haven't seen him. Haven't seen him. Runs right over to him.
And they show
that's a good friend.
Then they cut to the nerd boy that's like, he's right over there.
I took that guy as an employee or something. Right there.
Snitch.
He's right there. Oh man! All right, T-1000.
All right,
ratings.
Our ratings for the movie. I'll go first. This movie absolutely rips. It's going to be high. It's going to be a high score for me. I'm going to go 9.1.
Ooh. Okay.
I really, really dig this movie. There's not a lot of movies that for this show I watched 3 times. Mm-hmm. I willingly watched this movie 3 times. I could watch it again right after this.
Yeah, it's great.
I dig it a ton. Shout out James Cameron. You made one movie that I really enjoyed.
It's coming around. I'll go next. So, okay. I'm going to do... So I don't want to do a round number. So this is a common theme, is that my ratings hold less... Are
always round.
They're always
the
whatever.
Rookie scores.
They're round, or they change constantly, or things like that. I don't want to do the exact same score as you. So I'm going to do a 9.2. because I'm kind of in the same ballpark. Like it's great.
It's not better than Alien.
No, it's not better than Alien, but it's just a really great, solid action movie that sets up so much after it. It serves as such a important movie in film history and all that stuff. And also, just a interesting fact, right? So you're watching MTV, as Paul, you were saying, and this movie comes out in July 1991. Then, 2 months later, Nirvana, Nevermind, comes out.
Wow.
So, like, that...
Childhood Chris is just in heaven.
Yeah, but it's that, like, this 4-month period, 6-month period... shapes, like, it was like the changing of the guards, like, you know, like, here's big current action movies, and like, you know, like this is the 90s, and here's grunge music, and like it's a really important, or at least a very memorable, and I guess important to me, time in history.
Well, I was talking to Paul about this too. You know, Nirvana changes rock music for, you know, I think for good. You know, it gets away from the glam rock of the 80s.
Yeah.
This is like the highlight, big action blockbuster movie. And then in 94, Pulp Fiction happens. And action movies change.
True.
Like forever from that. Because
Very true.
people see Pulp Fiction and are like, this is what I want my R-rated action to look like. I want it to be, you know, dirty, small stories, stuff like that. And, you know, Nirvana, Pulp Fiction, they change everything in 94. The 80s is gone. Because this is 91, but it's still like an 80s action movie.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's bigger and better. It kind of perfects it. But yeah, just, I mean, huge iconic shit happening at this time.
Yeah, which is why I think you guys are overthinking it and rating it too low. I mean, it's not a 10 because there's flaws. It's not Paddington 2. That's my 10.
Woo! I heard it's way better than 1.
That's the bar.
Honestly, you'll watch it soon enough. It is a fantastic. But I can think of a couple other ones.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Godfather 2, you know, probably rates higher than it. But it's got everything, man. It's got the biggest movie star of all time. Or of the time, biggest budget. It delivered on the expectation. It's super rewatchable. Oh, that's
crazy.
huge to me.
Super.
So it can't. You know, I'm going higher than you guys. I'm going 9.5.
Woo! Wow, I think that's the highest rated movie we've.
I think I did a 9.5 on something.
Sure, maybe retro.
Yeah. As I would. All right, 9. Did someone ever do a 10? I feel like a guest did a 10.
Yeah, I think we allowed someone to give it a 10.
Yeah, that's fine. But hey, 9.5. I love it. I love this movie. We all love this movie. Paul, thank you.
I appreciate you guys letting me come on.
Yeah, you know, now he killed this episode, did a great job. We should have had him on for Aliens, but we were so early on.
That was our second episode. We didn't know what was going on.
Well,
I was messing up the intro, saying shit about the Marines.
What I need if I get invited back is one of these setups right here, so I don't have to keep putting this mic to my mouth. I'm sure I fucked up some of the audio by not having it right on my lips.
Well, if you like, subscribe, continue listening, one day we will make a penny, $1 off of this show, and we will be able to get Paul his own mic.
Tell your friends, subscribe, do all that shit, and then we're not gonna make our guests slum it and, you know, manually carry that shit the whole time.
Guys, I'll buy my own, man.
Okay, well, hey, don't say that. Don't say that. We gotta let the people. We gotta convey that.
Well,
we need
money. Bring it out in the comments if you would like Paul to be the new third chair. I'm pretty sure we could work it into a schedule for most of the episodes.
Let's hear it.
But he's going to have to watch a lot of movies that, well, I suppose you've probably seen a bunch of franchise movies.
Absolutely. and I'm always willing to watch more movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Mary along with me, she'd be super happy to I told her I was putting these on, and she, what is going on? And, you know, I got to do my homework.
I'm
the
sure
research,
that
baby.
she would love this new addition to your life.
It'll be awesome.
I
appreciate it, guys.
Yes, and next week we will take on Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines.
We haven't fully decided how we're going to handle the next 4 movies.
No.
We've talked about, they may be a little bit shortened versions. These aren't the iconic films of, you know, the past at all.
But we're going to cover them.
We will cover them. Terminator 3 coming up next week.
We'll be back.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Luke.
Thanks, guys.